Hey, hey, hey. I'm going to do the whole countdown and then jump on up in here. Hey, hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome back to another video. Hey, y'all. I'm not going to be on here long today. I've got tons of stuff going on. It's Monday and it's been pretty busy, but I did want to get on and have a quick little boss talk because I had something that came to me in the mail and I thought that it was really cool. And so I want to kind of talk to you guys about packaging, about other things that I got going on, just give out a few tips and stuff like that. Um, Kind of kill a little time and let a few people get on. This is a job that we did right here. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That is so gorgeous. Um, and then on the front of the hoodies, it just has the same has the same little logo there on the front of the hoodies. Really, really cute. So let's talk about that first while we are waiting. I had been sick. I took sick like around the 10th of the month, and I had to do two events since then, but I am feeling like a whole lot better, y'all. I am feeling a whole lot better. So let's start out with talking about the website. So you guys know that a few months ago I said, hey, I'm going to put these singles over on my website. And I showed you guys how to do single shirts on your website. And in order for me to make it happen and to make it work, right, it needed to be streamlined to where people go online, they order what's there, exactly what's there. They've got a certain style of shirt. They've got they don't have a design, but they can upload their own design, but there's no online design. Well, since I implemented that, you guys, it added about an extra $1,000 a month so far to my income. Now, you might say, well, that's not a lot of money. An extra $1,000 a month is a lot of money to me. Okay, just for getting it started out. So, um, I really, really highly urge you guys because you just never know. It is so we always talk about niche stuff in business. Screen printers are fighting for orders, but when it comes to those individual shirts, they're still, even though you have a lot of people who are doing shirts at home, it's still not a lot of ways for people to order those shirts. So think about it. And something really cool happened with me putting individual shirts out there. I don't ever get an order for just one shirt. Like I think maybe two orders over the last couple of months have come in and just been one shirt. It's normally four, six, seven, 8 shirts. So think about that. This order came in, and this is for 3 hoodies. I'm going to show you how to fold a hoodie like this. It'd be real cool if the design was normally the design will be front and center, but this design is on the back. But this is a space saving way to fold a hoodie. So um, it's real simple. But think about that, guys, when you are, you know, ways that you could add a little bit of extra income to the money that you already got coming in if you're doing, especially because in this economy, we're going to need it all. Okay. We are going to need every dime that we can get. And I'm going to push that back because I do want you guys to get to see me fold it. So I just folded that one side and all I do is fold it like this. It's nothing fancy. Fold it like this here to where now I just have that kind of folded like that and do one two, just like that. So now that t-shirt's gonna flip over like that. See what I'm saying? So you could use this to do a really, really cute, if you want, this is how you do a retail fold. So I can't get the exact picture for you guys, but because I'm kind of folding and holding it up, but you get the idea. Perfect fold. Now, only thing that we're going to do is just take this and flip this and put this in here like this and just kind of flip it over. Kind of makes it kind of like look like a pouch type of way that we do this, right? And then we'll fold this part in, and now we have this cute little thingy thing. And if we had a design in there, it'd be real cute. So that's how I do that fold. So these are done and ready to be shipped out. um I actually, off of 3 hoodies that I just have, extra hoodies just sitting around, right? This was almost 200 bucks. So go figure, right? If you are new to the channel, I'm LaTonna Robertson, the Lady Print Boss, and I teach people like you how to boss up your business. Whew. Survival to strength. I am doing better. So, y'all, um, Lily, my granddaughter, had what do you call it? RSV. I ended up getting it. And so it's been, you may hear like my voice is still kind of rattly. So, you know, so whenever I do things, I try to keep samples for the shop. So I am going to put this DTF transfer on an actual shirt here. And I was talking to someone last week and I said, whenever I do the DTF transfer, so at one point I was using canvas to like a canvas bag to go over my DTF prints, but I found a better way. I was at a show and the guy at the show said to use screen printing mesh. So it's not my technique. I got this from one of the other pros at one of the shows that said, hey, if you use this method, then you will get a feel that kind of feels like screen printing. So I'll show you guys that, and it really actually works. Big difference. Big difference, y'all. So I've got my heat press heated up, and it's only at 210, and I need to raise it up. So I normally set this temp here, let's see here, at 295. I keep my pressure on this HTV Runt press, y'all. I keep it at the 170 pounds of pressure. I do. Just because I just feel like it is so much better that way. When I thread shirts on this thing, I thread them this way. That's one thing that I like about this one versus the one down here. That one's garbage. Okay, I said it from the beginning. I told you guys when I first got it that I did not like it. This one, whole different story. So I guess I need to get in front of that thing. But with this, I like that because it comes out further than the other one. We're gonna put a pocket print over there, and I'm just gonna go down like that and kind of make sure that it's even. And boom, and we should be good to go. Now, this is the mesh from a screen. Don't know what a screen is. This is a screen that we use for screen printing, and I cut the mesh out. Now you can order mesh online, but this mesh is about a 110 mesh, And this is what we push screen printing inks through. Well, the guy at the event told me that if I was to take this mesh and put it over my print, it would make it nice and soft, right? So what I do now is I use a piece of mesh, and again, don't forget I'm using a lot of pressure because I want it to push in there. Anything with texture. You can use canvas to do this. You can use, like I said, I used to use the canvas bags. You don't need to leave it on there that long. That's just a little long just because. But this pulls that shine off, and it pushes that print on into that shirt, right? Pushes it on into the shirt. So nice, nice, nice. This looks really, really nice. I do not like thick DTF prints. So this is a nice soft print. This one comes from a homeboy here in Dallas, Texas. Well, we're in Rockwall technically. Um, Rowlett. Um, and he does really good colors. These colors are really, really good. Some people say they don't like the colors. Well, one person has said they did not like the colors. I don't know. Could have been her artwork. Who knows? But we're going to put that on the back. When it really makes a big difference is when you have a big solid print like this, right? That's when it makes a big difference when you need to use something um, on that. This is just an extra shirt for the showroom. Um, Another business tip. So if you do shirts, always order like one extra print. So if you mess up, right? A close up of the mesh. Yeah. In case you always order extra print in case you mess up. Anything can happen when you're printing, right? So if you don't mess up, then great. You have that extra print to go ahead and build up your, let's say, portfolio, right? You have that extra print to build up your portfolio, because what happens is as you grow your business, people are going to want to see what you got going on. This is the mesh right here. This is just if you go on Amazon, look up screen printing mesh, so it's not made of silk. Um, they used to call it silk screen print mesh, but it's not, this is not made of silk anymore. And I can't think of the name that it is, but it's kind of like not even a polyester. Um, mm, I'm not sure. I can't think of it right now, but that's the mesh. And like I said, this one is everything. Oh, the hoodie. Okay. Oh, after I print it with the mesh. Yeah, sure. Sure. So I'll show you this one. The hoodies I've already folded up, but I'll show you this, right? So this is this one. And I don't know what you can see from here, right? But I can tell you that, so we have this kind of a plasticky feel, right? Especially when you're printing a big print, right? It's not so bad when you're doing like a little small print, but when you're doing a big thick print, then it does matter. So, um, this is when it matters. You're doing something like that, and I don't know, like I said, that you're going to be able to tell, but you can feel that it's a lot smoother. This shirt is hot as heck, y'all. Hot as heck to be on $2.95. Go ahead and cut that off. So this one will actually go back there on my little rack and be something to display in the shop. one will stay in here and be one that will go here in the shop and be displayed here. And I'll probably end up putting it on a, there it is right there. Those bright colors like that look good on stuff. So just kind of shows people the color, what it looks like. Yeah, definitely give it a try and see what you think. See if it gives you that smoother feel. I tried it and I was like, oh, let me give that a try. So I've had some interesting stuff happen to me, y'all. First, but before I tell you guys about the event that I just did and what I got going on, um, let's just say that I'll be leaving here on Wednesday, headed to New Orleans. Y'all know what's going on in New Orleans this weekend, right? So I'll be headed down there to do something. I got something in the mail. So, child, Ken said, first thing I want to tell you guys is support your small businesses, right? Like, there are a lot of things that I can do. But from time to time, like I go to different people's channels and I see them doing something, and I might be like, hey, what's going on there? Let me get one of those or whatnot. So a few weeks ago, I was over on Dimps Designs channel and she was doing bonnets. Well, look at this hair, which is a mess. I'm actually going to do something to it tonight. So I'm really, really glad that this came. So I'm over there looking at her channel, watching her sew. Sometimes I'm doing stuff and it's really relaxing when I watch other YouTubers doing stuff. So sitting there checking out her channel, I decide, okay, let me look and see what she's got going on. So long story short, I said, hey, I want a bonnet. Okay, support small business. So she created the bonnet for me. So I opened it up and I have not looked at it. I took it out of the bag and then I thought, I looked at the card and I immediately stopped and said, let me open this up online and do a review over her product. Because does packaging make a difference? Does packaging make a difference to you, right? When you order something, does it make a difference to you if how the product is packaged? A lot of times I'm doing stuff in bulk, so I'm not really crazy about packaging. I'm going to take these shirts, I'm going to put the receipt in here. I have a little thank you card that I make, and that's about it, unless I have some something promotional that I'll put in here. Like now I'm getting into laser engraving. I have not showed you guys the machine yet because I've been so busy and coming off of being sick. It's literally took me, you do not want RSV. Okay. That was worse than the flu. And it's taken me like 3 weeks to even get to where I can talk without coughing, um, to build back up your lungs and whatnot. So trust me, try to stay away from that. But I'm going to just package this up and be done with it, right? So I like to see how people package things. So when I received this and I opened it up, I had a feeling like I immediately looked at it and I said, I'm going to open it up online. So we're going to do that. So she had the poly bag, which is pretty much the same one that I use for my Hello, it's the good kind of mail on the poly bag right there. And the ones that I use are the white ones with the handles. Um, this one may have had a handle on it too. but it was folded over, so I'm not sure. But anyway, so she has the poly bag, and then she also has, she's got a lot of packaging going on. First of all, let me say that. She has the poly bag, and then she has this. Now, me, I just took that and popped it in there and been done. That's me because I've been doing business a long time. Now, but when I see something like that as a consumer and take myself out of the business side of it, I'm like, oh, this is nice. So we got a card that says Lady Print Boss. Let's see what it is. And on the back, it says thank you. Nice touch. Nice touch. And inside, it says thank you on the card. So this kind of made my day, y'all. On the inside, this girl done put a handwritten note. Latana, thank you for supporting my business. Many blessings upon you and your business, Dimps. I don't know about y'all, but I love a handwritten card in something, especially when you're getting your business off the ground, right? And you're doing personalized things like this, something personalized, something that I'm going to hold dear. So, something like that, I really do appreciate. And then she's got a business card, which of course we all need. Got her beautiful business card in here. And then she's got a card that says, thank you for your order. Oh, a motivational card. Don't be afraid to just believe, right? So this one will probably go up on my wall up here because I collect. I don't know if you guys know, and I don't even know if she knows. She just probably just put it in here. But I collect sayings. So I have up here on the wall in front of me, I have inspire, enlights, I have be bold, happy thoughts, it is what it is. I've got a welcome sign, and I just like little things like this. It just makes me happy, right? So this will go definitely get pinned up on my wall. People like stuff like that. So, like I said, kind of make my day. So that one, and this really is a special touch, right? So a lot of times you think about like stuff when you're buying products from people like, oh, it's expensive or this or that other. We got one, two, three. We got a bunch of stuff going on here into this packaging. Okay. Then we got the tissue with a thank you. And it's time for me to see my bonnets. Ah! Come through, girl. It's time for me to see. Y'all, I am not good at keeping, look, I am not good at keeping tissue and all of that. Oh, let's see. So I told her just, she said, what do you like? I said, brown is my favorite color, in case you guys don't know. So I said, just surprise me. Oh, I didn't even know this was coming. This is cute. Oh, yes, honey. Y'all need to hit Demps. Somebody hit her and tell her. Oh, yes. So this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. So I got black hair, right? Y'all see how dry my hair is. I need this, honey. I need this. Ken keeps it so hot and humid. We going from hot to cold to hot, and a black girl needs this. I got my wrap lotion, and baby, I'm ready. Okay. Oh, she did her thing, honey. This is nice. You can't just go buy this in the store, boo. The elastic on this is nice. Oh, this is nice. I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love it. So that's the print. I told her, I said, just do you, honey. Just do you. Put me some brown in there, and if you don't have that, then I'm like, oh yeah, this I love, y'all. I absolutely love it, honey. Oh yes, honey. So, oh yeah. Wait till I push. Oh, this is gonna fit really, really good. Wait till I put my hair up in here, honey. Oh yeah, this is it, baby. Mhm. See, you know how y'all don't go out with your bonnets? And I told Demps, I said, because everybody was in the thing, and I said, baby, I'm the one that rock a bonnet, baby. I rock a bonnet, honey, to the run to the grocery store in a hot minute. Wait till I wrap this hair up tonight, baby. I'm gonna be wait till I anyways. And then this is just perfect. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is your money's worth right here. Oh, I'll have to buy. Oh, I will have to buy the kids. I love this. I love this. I'm gonna have to get another one, and then I will have y'all. This ain't cheap material neither. This is good. Okay, so anyways, made me feel good today. So just kind of sharing with you guys my little. This is good. This is I was not expecting this type of quality, honey. This feel like it came from the Neiman Marcus or something. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Whew, I do. I really, really do. I love this, y'all. So I'll be able to do my thing. So, anyways, I did an event, did something different. Something different, y'all. So I got a story to tell. A lot of times people will call me and they'll ask me to come and do something, and I always say no because my mindset is, baby, I get paid up front. And so I don't like to go out and do events where I'm kind of in the blind, don't know if I'm gonna make any money or what's gonna happen. So I normally say no, but I got a soft spot, believe it or not, for kids. So I said yes, that I would do this event for this school. Anyways, what they wanted was to have shirts done, and I said, yeah, I'll come out and I'll do it live, right? Well, I ordered up all these transfers, and I still got tons of them. A ton. When I say I still got a ton of these, man, I got so many transfers left over that is ridiculous. I did not know I was going to have so many left over. But I ordered, I'm going to show you guys, and then I'm going to tell you guys how it turned out, if I made money or not. So, and why I did something that I don't ever do. You guys may remember seeing this design. So I've had a bunch of these. I thought this would be the design out of all of them that would sell the best. And so I ordered like 60 of these. And when you're doing an event, you never really know. This is why I don't like to do events that I'm not paid for, because you never know if you're going to go out and do this event and if that event's going to make money or not. And after the event is over, this is just basically garbage, right? All of these transfers are like garbage. So you have to be really careful. So in my mind, I said, okay, I want to do something different. I told them I would come and try. I even turned down an event for these kids that I could have made about 2,700 bucks doing a 2-hour event. So I turned that down because I did tell the teacher that I would do it, and the kids were excited. I was sick. In the time of me being sick, I sent over like 3 designs, and they were supposed to choose one. Well, what happened is the teacher showed it to the whole school, and they was really excited because they were like, oh, we're going to get all of these shirts. Well, I didn't have the heart to say, no, you're not. So y'all see all these extra transfers that I got. A lot of extra transfers. I think I ordered the 22 by 500 on my transfers. And hey, baby giant, how you doing? I ordered the 22 by 500 inch for the transfers. Did you see my bonnet? Did you see my bonnet that Dips made me? Baby. Oh, it's beautiful. This is so beautiful. Yeah, baby. Y'all gonna see me on here in this one because y'all know I come on here with my hair all across my head. So I'm in love with that. Absolutely in love with it. Wonderful. Y'all. So when I say support small business, right, especially women owned, because, okay, um, but anyway, so I ordered like 100 pieces. the the school ended up they ended she I ended up telling the lady just go ahead and create the flyer and put the prices on the flyer, right? I've never done an event like this before that I actually like went through with. So they ended up not selecting one design. They ended up putting all the designs on the flyer. So with me being sick and not wanting to go in and screen print 3 different designs live, I decided to take a chance and order the transfers. So this is another one of the designs that I have to put this on something for you guys to show. Um, when I tell y'all these look amazing on any color shirt, so that's one of the designs. This design probably did the best out of all of them. It sold like hotcakes. I thought the colors was gonna sell like hotcakes, but this one sold like hotcakes. This one also sold like hotcakes, and I saved these so that I would have something to show. So what I did when I was designing these, I decided to go with a white and like a dark gray because I knew the colors that I was gonna go with would pretty much go on anything. I'll have to press these on something and show them to y'all. So, anyways, I ended up spending like $175 on transfers. Now, for me, I don't have the cost of shirts because I always have blanks. So I said I'm just gonna bring out random stuff. So like if you have jobs that you've done and you just pull all of that stuff. So I pulled all of that stuff from hoodies to sweatshirts, t-shirts, all colors, sizes, just a bunch of random stuff. I took this heat press. Normally, Ken goes out and does events. Now, I'm coming up off of RSV, and I say, babe, you don't have to go because right now, y'all, I have 15 puppies. 15. 15 puppies. Okay. Um, so I need Ken to be a breeder right now and not a printer. Because 15 puppies, that's 25, 35 grand, right? So I told him I'll go out and do the event. So that's what I did. My son decided to lay up with some girl and did not show up. So my thought was I called my homegirl and told her, hey, come out and let's go into this event. I'm going to get to the point. So I did not take my full setup that I normally do. When I talked to the school, I told them, because when they first called me, I quoted them like 5 grand for me to come out, right? And the lady, because whenever somebody calls me and they ask me for a quote, I'm just giving them my regular prices. And then she explained to me that they were a school and what was going on, and they were having this championship. Anyways, long story short, I got off the phone and I wasn't too thrilled about it. Called my homegirl because I really don't like kids. I don't. I didn't like myself when I was a kids. I just don't like kids, y'all. I love my grandkids and I love my kids, but I don't like a bunch of kids. My nerves are bad. I'm 55 years old. I don't want to be bothered. So I was thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna how that's gonna work. So ended up taking 2 tables, taking one heat press, which I never go to an event with one heat press. I always have two, and I never go solo. But how hard can it be to deal with a few kids, right? I got there, I did the setup. Ken took me, dropped me off. I did the setup. I got there at 9 o'clock. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., I never ever stopped pressing. Literally the whole time. And each shirt had a back. So I screen printed the night before we did these in house. We screen printed the back design onto. So it took me a while with one press. I don't know what I was thinking because I was actually thinking I'm just going to go out and just do a few things, right? So screen print transfers and DTF transfers, they you want them. So this transfer heats up that I do myself in house. This is a screen print transfer. I need to press it at 320 for 12 seconds. The DTF transfers, I can do 295 for 13 seconds, right? So 2 heat presses would have been perfect. So, but I had to do front and then I had to do back. So I did not take my body forms. I didn't take anything, y'all, because I wasn't expecting for anything to jump off. But I tell y'all, I probably could have made about 3 grand out there, but I didn't because I ran out of backs. And it was it was a challenge, like keeping up. Like for me, like I ain't hustle. Like I'm normally the person that goes and I do setup and then I do a little things, but working and it wasn't an optimum way of me working because the plug was up against the wall and I had to keep turning this way to press, and I'm normally pressing right in front of the client. So the whole structure of everything was kind of off, but I pulled it through. So now I'm all in. There is some money out there in them dang schools. Who know that them kids nowadays is carrying those children did not have cash. When we left that morning, I told Ken, I said, babe, I'm gonna need some cash. I need some change for these kids because I'm thinking, oh, their parents are gonna give them some money for the t-shirts, right? These new age kids. So I gotta get up with the times. So I had my QR code scanner with my little sign to pay me on Cash App or Zelle. These ain't Cash App kids nowadays. These children had American Express cards and Apple Pays and things like that. So um I didn't even have my swiper with me because I never do events for myself. I never take cash. I'm always prepaid. So I did it on my phone and figured it out. Some little kid came up and I said, hey, babe, come over here and show me how to do this. And did it on my phone and it ended up working out. Long story short, I took a chance to do an event that I don't normally do to kind of branch out. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone, y'all. And that's what I did, was get out of my comfort zone. But the reason that I took this one particular event is is because when I talked to this lady and I told her, so first of all, let me say this. I'm really easy to work with. Like when people call me, I explain to them what I can do from what I can't, right? And she was like, there's no way the school can pay that kind of money. So I said, well, you know what? I've been thinking about doing like this profit sharing thing, da 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 da. And she said, well, if you just come out, we just have you come out, and then whatever you give us, right? Or if you don't give us anything at all, we just want to give it a try. So I was like, okay, I'll come out and I'll do it and we'll give it a try and see how it goes. And she said, if it goes well and you like it, then you'll be the printer for the school in the district, and you can do all of the events. That's where she got me. See, I might be kind of a bougie printer, but I ain't no fool. So when she said, oh, now my mind started saying, and I set up in my mind before I even went out there, I said, well, if I can at least make 500 bucks, I'll get the money back for the transfers. Well, I did get them. I ended up all together at about 1,200 bucks for this event, which wasn't bad for a normal thing, right? But for me, and I was talking to one of my friends. I did pay somebody to come there and help, because it was call my homegirl, say, hey, I need you to run over here and help me. And I had the money for the transfers and the money for the the blanks and all that stuff is, but still probably made about 500-600 bucks in profit for myself for working from 9 to 3. Well, sometimes I have to think about it like this. If and this is what I'm going to explain to you guys. So, like in my business, in my niche, I have a certain amount that I want to make an hour, that I want to make. And so sometimes you have to sit back and say, well, yeah, you can get those $5,000, $10,000 jobs, but they come far and in between, right? They don't come all the time like boom, 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 boom. This year I told you guys 500K. We need 50 events at least for me to do it, plus the screen printing that we're already doing. So Ken has told me not to turn down anything. So I'm looking for different avenues and trying new things. I tried something new. It worked out for me. Um, and I also, then the other thing I did, because when I got to this event, you guys may remember, if you watched the channel that morning of the event, I actually put up a page online for the school. So when I got there, and there were things that we couldn't print because either we didn't have the sizes or whatever, they were able to go onto the website and order. So just trying like new things out. And I think it'll be a great filler for me. Like when things are slow, um, that I'm, still busy. Anyway, y'all, um, am I gonna leave tomorrow? No, I'm gonna leave Wednesday. I'm going down to New Orleans to do a gig for Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Um, and they're having a pre pre Super Bowl game, Super Bowl party, and we are contracted to do the jerseys. So it's going to be really fun. Um, not going to be able to take any pictures, unfortunately, because I had to sign an NDA. Hopefully I can get a couple of pictures with people and things like that. It when you do stuff and you have to do these NDAs, then it kind of is like you got to charge a little bit more. So I'm going to tell you guys this. So if a company asks me to charge if I'll sign an NDA, my price immediately goes up. It should immediately, it immediately goes up, right? So I was talking to somebody and they said, well, why would you charge more to do it, to if you do an event and you have to sign an NDA? Why would you charge more, Latom? And this is the thing. So let's say that normally I do an event. I just did an event. I did the school's event I could have taken pictures. I think I got one picture to put online. It was so busy. And then when I did Capital One's event, I was able to take pictures. So, and whenever I'm doing all of these companies, I can use the fact that I did their event, and I can then turn around and make more money because I'm able to advertise that I printed for this company, right? So people like to see, oh, you printed for Google, you printed for this, you printed for that, you did this, you did that, right? So when you're able to show proof that you've done this for these people, then your price ends up going up because it makes you be more in demand. When you do something big for a celebrity or something like that, or a big company, and you're not able to advertise and have to sign an NDA, you lose. The way that you lose out is because you lose out because you cannot advertise. You cannot take pictures. I can't be in there snapping pictures. Hey, Kelsey, Taylor, hey, I can't do that. So you end up losing out. So you have to think about that type of stuff. And then it depends on what type of NDA are you going to sign, right? Um, so I always tell people, is it a standard NDA, right? Or is it something complex? Some NDAs are really complex and you need an attorney or somebody to really look over it for you, right? Some NDAs are like, nah, I'm going to pass. If, let's say, for example, if Diddy called me and I went and did an event for him and I got there and they said, you got to drink the juice, TT, and you got to sign this paper. And I see people walking around butt naked. No, I'm out, right? So sometimes in an NDA, you need to know exactly what are the terms of the NDA. What are you agreeing to not disclose? Are you agreeing to not disclose that you're printing for these people at all? Or are you agreeing, is it just photos, right? I can't take any photos. Now, if somebody walks up to me and asks for a photo and takes a photo or something like that, or they give me the event photos, that's the difference. Or if you're signing away liability, right? Then it's a difference. And the insurance for this event, I actually had to pay a little bit more for this insurance. So it cost me more to do this event than some of my standard events. And when you're dealing with like, sometimes depending on the type of event that I'm doing, you have a higher, what do you call it? Your risk is higher than it would normally be. So instead of you needing a $3 million policy, you need a $10 million policy. You see what I'm saying? And so you have to always like take into account all of that type of stuff. You have to, for this particular event, I couldn't go buy any bullcrap vinyl. I had to make sure that because I'm printing on professional jerseys, right? Pro jerseys that I don't know what they're made out of. I don't have them in hand. The company has them in hand. They're providing them. They're green, by the way, hint, hint. And so, because I don't know if these things will bleed, sometimes, so like polyester jerseys, this happens really, really tough with green, doesn't really happen that much, right? Let's say, for example, if it was a maroon jersey and you're printing, you do a white vinyl, some jerseys will have a, let's say, especially if it's sublimated. you need to print using a vinyl that has a dye block. So I don't know what these are made out of, so I needed to go with a Stahls vinyl. And that's pretty much when I'll call. And I think that vinyl cost me like $500. Jesus. To get the vinyl that I ended up getting. And I did that because once I'm there and you're on the scene, you have to use, depending on your client, right? It's like we drive a Pinto. I don't even have Pintos anymore, but y'all know what I'm saying. Those you driving a little cheap car, you driving something high end. When you're printing for people and they're at a certain level, then they want top of the line stuff, right? But they still want to pay you pennies. So you have to like triple your price for what you're doing because you know that, hey, I got to come all the way to New Orleans from Dallas. First of all, when I took this gig, I was sick. And so you're like, okay, you have to account into a fact that I got to drive in or fly in. I decided to drive because planes dropping out the air. So you got to drive in. I'm not going to drive my vehicle. I'm going to rent a car, right? On top of that, you have to have hotel accommodations. So I'm not going to stay at the cheapest place because they ain't staying at the cheapest place. So you build all of that stuff in. And you still have to build in, even though you're building in your your rental car, your hotel accommodations, and you get to an event to do a 4 hour event, you cannot price that event as a 4 hour event plus the cost of travel expenses. You have to price that event as a 2 day event because you're gone from your business for 2 whole days. So that's where it looks like people will say, well, wow, you're expensive. No, it's not that I'm expensive, it's that I'm leaving my business and who knows what can happen or what order money I can miss because I'm coming out to do your event. When I did what event did I do? Well, I did that schools event. I lost 2,700 bucks to make 1,200 bucks, right? But that was a one-time event versus me doing something where I'm trying to build a relationship that I'm looking for to make um to build an ongoing relationship, and I'm looking to have money coming in with them every other month, right? So it's a big difference. You never know where something like that can lead you. You can end up getting this school, this school, this school, this school, and it just goes on. So, you have to think about stuff like that. Even when I did, what did I do? I did an event after, I did 4 events. It's an event that I did in between there. Anyways, I did an event and I had a client that wanted to order 100. No, he wanted 50 shirts, 50 red shirts. One of my good clients. And I told him I was doing an event. Well, he didn't think that, and I said, I'll get with you on Monday and I'll make sure that I get those shirts out to you by Thursday. So he got nervous and he decided to go with somebody else to do it. So I ended up losing maybe like 500-600 bucks. So sometimes when you out there and you chasing money, you lose money. So you have to make sure that you make enough money and that you set your prices high enough to where if you lose a customer or an order, then it's worth it. And this particular customer, even though his order was like 500 or 600 bucks for this one time, if I lose him as a client, I really have lost some income because this man places orders with me every other month. So now I have to hope that you and this is why you gotta do like a great job whenever you're printing for somebody. You gotta always do a great job, right? Because let's say that he goes to somebody and they print faster than me, or their t-shirt quality is better than me. They offer him some type of customer service that I'm not able to give. I have to take that into account. I told you guys last year, I said, I got to decide at some point, am I going to be an in-house printer or am I going to be an event printer? Because right now I'm juggling both, right? My mindset is, and sometimes getting out and taking all of that stuff out and moving all that stuff and doing stuff and then losing money, it's not worth it. That's why I don't like to do the 2, 3 day events, because when you do multiple day events, it's like, okay, I may literally take a whole week because I'm prepping for your event, setting up, and then I'm at your event. I can't be there in here too, especially if I have my son helping and Ken helping, and there's nobody to do shirts or nobody to answer phones, things like that. So you have to be careful with these events. Um, it's coming around summertime. I'm gonna tell you guys, people have been asking me a lot, like, Latona, what do you think about this event? What do you think? Be picky, right? Be picky. Make sure that you do research. There's a lot of event planners out here that'll say, hey, I've got a booth, I'm renting a booth in my event for $200, and you get there and nobody's there, right? So what do? You need to get proof, social proof. How long have they been doing their event? Like, they have these pop-ups. How long you been doing it? Is there any social proof on social media of past events? What was the attendance of past events? Will I be the only person there that's doing what I do? Or are you going to be up against other people? I don't do events that have other people there doing custom goods. You can have drinks. Whenever I do an event, there's a photographer, there's maybe a girl that's doing coffee or tea. Maybe you have somebody there with a bar. Maybe somebody is there doing face painting. I've gone to events where they were doing those IV infusions that they do, but never doing any type of custom good, or I'm out. I'm out, right? So whenever you think about it, when you're getting out here and you're looking for, okay, side hustles, where can I go? What can I do to do an event? Think about that when you are looking at stuff, right? And think about what products you're taking out, and also make sure that anytime you guys do an event, make sure that you have something to give them so they can get in contact with you after the event. I can't tell y'all how many times I've seen people do events, and then after they go and do whatever, they forget, when they're there at the event because they're selling, they forget that, hey, I need to be promoting myself and having signage and having this and having that. But it's a lot that goes into it, but it's lucrative in the end. You just have to make sure that you're choosing the right events to go to. Y'all, it's done got hot in here, honey. I got to cut them numbers and start figuring out what I'm going to do. I'm going to, for this event, it's going to be very fast paced, and I have to figure out, um, I don't have the layout and the logistics because everything is so hush hush. So I won't know how things are set up till I get there. So I have to have about 4 different plans in place, um, in order to make sure that, and that's what I do. That's why I get paid the money to do what I do too, is because I account for everything. Like, people are very nervous about, hey, how are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? I got to make sure there's no line. So tonight I'm going to go ahead and create this QR code. I need to check I'm probably going to do that in the morning. I need to check both. I think I'm going to do 2 vinyl cutters on scene. So we're going to do names and numbers. I'm going to do cutter, vinyl cutting machines. Remember when I started, I would do the letters that were too hard. Vinyl cutting machines, we're going to have 2 running at a time. The plan is to um, have people signing up, information going into a system. That information is going straight to the computer, and all we're doing is copying and pasting names. Easy. So I have to create the template for that so that once I get there on the scene, everything is running smooth. And I'll probably get there maybe like 3, 4 hours in advance just to make sure that we're able to get everything going now that I know who the client is. Because you never know where something like that can go. And I'm getting in more and more and more rooms, right? And it's hostile out there, y'all. For some of these, I was talking to one of them. I'm gonna tell you guys this, and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna get off of here. Um, the climate that we're living in, people are emboldened, very, very emboldened. Um, and you have to be careful in business to not let people bait you. Y'all know I'm a shit talker, right? But when it comes to my coins, I'm like this, right? And I've noticed just within the past month or two that sometimes I'll do events or I'm somewhere and I'm doing something and I'm very, very kind and very courteous and everything when I'm out. And sometimes I notice that people say things, right? And it's this environment that we're living in right now. So you have to be very careful when you're out here in these streets, get your money, right? And just kind of take a step back. And that's what I do because Lord knows that Latana don't want to put her hands on nobody. And I don't want nobody putting their hands on me. So it's a lot of stuff that goes into um, these events. You know, I had to add a new clause into my contract that if I'm at an event and let's say a company has 500 shirts, right? What do you do when they tell you we only want to give out one shirt per guest? And then you have a guest that comes up and they pick up 5 shirts, right? So for me, what I do, I'll tell you guys what I do to combat stuff like that is I tell the client that you need to put that on the sign. That needs to be on the signage when they walk up. So that it's already posted. One one per guest, right? Now, a lot of times what people will do is they'll say, well, I'm with the PR team or I'm with the marketing team or I'm with the such, right? And I'm just going to get a couple of shirts I need to get a couple of shirts for my team members. What do you do? If you then say, well, it's only one shirt per guest, right? That starts, sometimes it can start the conflict just like that, especially in this day, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm a black woman. We're known to be angry. We say something, then we angry. So you have to be very careful. And I'm always the person that's out in the front. That's the face of the company. Ken's always in the back. He's printing or whatever. So a lot of times people will try to get confrontational. So I've now added to my contracts that I will no longer deal with that. If if there's a situation, I'm not going to. I'm just going to tell a person, well, it's one per stop, right? What they do is people will go. You don't know how crazy people get over custom goods. People will get out of the line. They'll get a shirt. They'll come back like 30 minutes later or 15 minutes later, get back in the line, get another shirt, right? Are you going to be that person that's going to argue with them about somebody else's money? I'm not, right? So I'm now giving the choice for people to give tickets. right? So if the company wants to, if they want to inventory the shirts and make sure that the guests only get one shirt, then they can give them a ticket and they can hand that ticket to the printer when they get their shirt. And it will solve all of the problems from putting me into any type of controversial thing, right? So anytime I run across these types of things in business, and I tell you guys this because one slip up and your name can be ruined. One slip up, right? So I tell you guys this because I see things that are happening out here, and sometimes it gets a little rough. I had a guy the other day that he was trying to bait me, and what did he do? He ran up on me. This was at the football game, at the wrestling thing. He ran up and he was like, "We gonna do this now?" And I'm like, "Do what? What are we gonna do? Do what? What are you talking about?" I had no idea what the man was talking about. Well, I was given 9 teams, and there was actually 10 teams. So it was a team that registered last minute. Nobody told me to put that name on the shirt. But at the end of the day, because I'm the woman, right? Y'all have to think about not just being a black woman, but a woman in general, right? We're fighting for our equality right now. And so a lot of people don't want to see women in positions of power or working. They don't want women to say certain things. So keep that in mind. I'm going to get on up off of here. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Y'all give the video a thumbs up. Talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Good night. I gotta go do my hair, honey, because this stuff is dry. Whew, I got my shampoo and stuff today. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.